Wash your fingers. Lots of dangerous.
Бля, от лука аж глаза
If you attempt to engage me in combat,
закрываются. Так, ну мне вживили имплант.
You're here. I wasn't sure how. Now that you've been outfitted with the internal neuroamp, we're sending you into Infinity Ltd. Lucas Drexler is about to learn exactly why you don't steal from Ryujin Industries. All right. Yuko has provided a layout of Infinity Ltd. You have two options for this assignment. We'll be providing you with the means for both. Option A, you gain entry through their maintenance access on the roof. Option B, we give you an assigned identity and arrange a meeting for you. Just hope those acting skills don't get you caught or killed. Now, depending on your preference, you'll either find yourself in the maintenance hallway or the marketing department. From there, you have 3 targets. First, you have Lucas Drexler's computer, located in his office on the executive floor. Second is Faye Sengsavan's computer, in research and development. And third, you need to obtain the prototype they are working on, also in R&D.
As you can see, you've several floors to traverse. So I hope you're prepared for an adventure.
Any mercenary or disgruntled worker can go shoot a place up. Now, I had Ularu create a program that you need to run on both Lucas and Faye's computers. I'll let her explain the details.
You see, once we expose Infinity Ltd, all of their data is going to come under intense scrutiny. We only want the public to know about their mercenary hires and unauthorized human trials, but Project Dominion needs to remain confidential. I've created an overseer program that will gather all the evidence we need, and at the same time delete anything relating to Ryujin and the internal neuroamp. Exactly. And what the public doesn't know doesn't hurt them. Now, we don't want to mess on this one. A body count will only distract from what we're trying to accomplish here. Simon Rychek provided some useful info on how to evacuate civilians from the building. I'm sure you remember him from Sidonia. Infinity's maintenance crew is understaffed. It's only a matter of time before pressure gauges go unchecked and they have a massive issue on their hands. Once that pressure becomes too much, every floor in the building is going to suffer from gas leaks, setting off an automated alarm to evacuate the building. Simon was able to get a passcode for you to access their system's computer, so you can force the heating system to fail.
Так, ну окей, тут все понятно.
My thoughts exactly. We're also issuing you an operative. It should help reduce their ability to... These suits are typically reserved for the senior ranks. Well, you're still here, so apparently...
Once you've run the Overseer program and obtained the prototype, your final step is to deliver the slate. If he asks questions, feel free to give him just enough information to pique his interest. SSNN is used to anonymous tips. They'll do whatever You and me both. So, any fine... You have the ability to manipulate others. If someone has a key card, that means the possibilities here. You'll be restricted to the marketing floor. An appointment is not a free pass.
Блин, жизнь какая-то духота опять намечается.
Here's Simon's passcode, your operative suit. Your cover ID card is encoded with roof entry and elevator access. So that's your ticket in. Don't screw this up.
Ну, я могу вот так вот к ним прийти? Наверное, могу. Блин, крутой костюм, кстати.
This could be the most important.
Do you have the program? It's one thing to hide your work in a network with thousands of employees, not to mention access to a top secret. It's another to try and hide. So, let's take a look. Aha. The decryption's hit a snag. There's definitely something here. This is exactly what we needed. According to this code, Ularu intended to plant false evidence that would show Masako was working with Lucas. The moment you launched the Overseer program, a series of fabricated communication files would have been uploaded to the Infinity LTD network. One of them even frames Masako for encouraging Lucas to push for early human trials. I'm going to copy the necessary files off this slate and issue you a new one. I want to keep this one intact, so Ularu can't dispute it. All right.
Странно, конечно,
Now,
все.
we finally have the evidence we need to prove. Yes, I'm looking for. Without that falsified evidence, I fully expect she'll be eagerly awaiting SSNN's broadcast. Here's the new slate with the revised Overseer program. Let's go.
Обновленная. То есть у меня две программы есть, и сейчас я... буквально буду выбирать. Наверное. Я не хочу что-то
You got this.
по крышам, хотя...
Easy for you to say.
Can we run through it one more time?
Жесть, спроектировали же крышу, конечно. Так я думал, я... Он должен был отключить эти лопасти. Бля. Ну вот как его заставить отключить? Это так разве должно работать?
Gas leak detected. All non-essential personnel must evacuate the building. Please find the nearest exit and contact emergency services.
Блядь. Они вообще видели сами стелс в своей игре? Ну как настолько хуёво, еще и насильно заставляют игрока типа этим заниматься. Кто меня палит и как? Я вот не пойму. Тяжело, бля. Я уже заебался пытаться стелсить в этом говне. Собака нормально, нормально. У всех вот неписей на этаже, они тоже могут как-то ожоги там получать, я хуй знает. Чтоб не я один. Но они меня потеряли. Но я могу кашлянуть, и они меня найдут в таком случае. Они как будто меня видят, потому что они на мапе отображаются как враги. Так я все равно сюда вниз спустился. А как туда внутрь-то попасть? Удостоверение личности. Блин, да я прям какой-то конкретный газаню здесь. Ты открылось сразу все. Вот это нормально. Ебать! Блю. Вопрос в том, все ли я залутал. Я сваливался тут. У меня и кровотечение из жопы. Что я только сейчас понял, что лететь через вход было бы немножко странновато. Хотя нет. Тут меня совсем никто не ожидает. Кстати, почему он ворованный не стал использовать?
Keep your nose clean. Last thing I want.
Who you see?
Administrations come and go in the big city, but can I help you? All right. What's this so-called? Intriguing. Anytime we get a new story like this, they all... Good. The less investigation we need to put. I don't suppose you want to tell me how you got this evidence. Well, you can't blame me for trying. Is there at least a name I can cite as... Why am I not? As long as the evidence is adequate and verifiable, I expect it'll be aired. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Ему, кстати, не показывают, что мне перелет требуется. Ну, грязновато немного получилось, но сколько можно?
I believe you were supposed. If only we had all the tools at your disposal. I hope you at least attempted to. The deceased may think otherwise. So now it's just a waiting game for... Once the story airs, we have another board meeting scheduled to decide... Go ahead, Maeve.
The SSNN broadcast has started. Shall I patch it through?
Yes, thank you.
The murders are believed to be linked to a new investigation where Drexler would have been accused of numerous violations, including murder for hire, unauthorized human trials, and corporate theft. Authorities representing the UC and the Freestar Collective have been dispatched to a consolidated mining station and the clinic. Both locations are believed to hold numerous victims. Drexler's motivation appears to be an attempt to launch a new product based off stolen information from a competitor. The details on the project itself and the competitor have yet to be confirmed.
Радио
This has been
слушают.
David Barrett for SSNN.
Perfect. This exposure puts Infinity right where we want them. The meeting will begin momentarily, but I want you to Infinity's net worth is about to hit rock bottom. Infinity is about to crumble before the eyes of the public. That's where we come in. First, we'll issue a public statement expressing disgust at their... That's when we offer... Quite right. The truth is, we'll be making evaluations. We'll shed any employee. By incorporating Infinity, we eliminate a competitor, get their best employees... It is the right thing, which is why I'd like you to talk to the board to convince them. There are several who might disagree, and you have the perfect tool. Fine. Whether or not you use the internal neuroamp is up to you. You'll find most of the board members in their offices preparing. Vina, we'll need at least 50% of the vote to go our way. I trust you'll get it done.
Пиздец, меток. А это-то когда посадят?
Did Masako send you to try and convince me to acquire? If I wanted to be difficult, I could make this much harder on you. But no, this is more than just some petty ploy. The internal neuroamp gives us the power to crush our competitors. This is exactly why Masako's time is... That neuroamp is a breakthrough. It gives us the edge. Besides, most on the board would agree. So why not use it to... The corporate world will hear SSNN's story and believe Ryujin. It sends a strong message. But acquiring Infinity could be We need to be sending a much stronger message. If you mess with Ryujin... well, it does make Ryujin look good. You're oddly right about this one, Op. I guess you are worth keeping. As long as everyone has Ryujin's best interests in mind, this should make for an interesting meeting. An issue? That would be a foolish move. Dalton and Alexis are the only two against it. Dangerous indeed. For all I know, you're using it right now. Perhaps I didn't see it earlier, but you're right. The moment a competitor reverses... The last thing I want is to have my brain scrambled because some engine... Now, if you'll excuse me, I still have a lot of preparations to make.
Контроль разума.
It's good to see you again. And how's my favorite patient doing? Not... I mean, I assume you're joking, right? I'll have to get that documented and we'll definitely want... So, tell me what you think. I hope you're not actually suggesting that the technology I spent... This is groundbreaking work. I didn't get into science and engineering to have moral... I got into it for the discoveries and to I leave it up to everyone else to determine what to do with it. So the next question is, what will the fate of Infinity Ltd? I'd like to acquire them, although it won't break my heart if we don't. Faye may have stepped over a line in her attempt to replicate my work, but I'm very curious to see what else she... Exactly. Not that I want to gloat over it. Maybe just... Okay, So DeMarcus and I have really been looking forward to it. So, well, this has certainly been the most interesting conversation of my day. All we can do now is look forward to the meeting, right?
Блин, я вообще ни хрена не понимаю, что происходит.
If only there were more hours. Great, the bane of my department. Your best interests. Regardless, I can't in good faith vote for an undertaking that would put enormous pressure. I can guarantee that Infinity Ltd was up to more than the process of finding and following up on all those. I refuse to be blindsided by another corporation's past, so this is going to take a lot of time. All right, I could use the entertainment. Tell me why and... When it comes to profit, I suppose all my... Why else do you... My team can handle anything. Huh. Well, what do you know? Talent like yours Don't even get me. First off, if I find out you used that device on me, I will tie you up in... Second, that tech is one major human rights violation. I'll do whatever I can to make... Well, I'm both glad and surprised to hear the one person... Masako's lucky to have you at her disposal. Even if you are a continual thorn in my... You may be the greatest asset aside from the internal neuro. This exchange has been surprisingly insightful.
Is Masako checking up on me to make sure? In this business, there's always a side. We just need to grab Infinity Ltd while it's got the public's full attention. I'm all about free PR, especially when it's painting us in a good light. I'm sure I can squeeze enough goodwill out of this to last the... All right. I suppose you've earned the right to voice your opinion after. So let's hear it. The possible backlash on tech like this. However, the internal neuro will define the next era of tech, with Ryujin at the forefront. Not when you word it like that, but a product that can settle disputes or help. Then you really have something. Well, it seems your talents really do stretch beyond just being an operative. Good talk.
Она против? Или нет? Я не понял.
Good talk.
Она вообще никакую сторону не приняла.
You operatives really will wear anything. Just the person I wanted to see. I want to get all the details locked down for this meeting, and I believe you to be one of the best sources available.
Моих носках?
I doubt that. You've had the chance to encounter members of Infinity. Do you think they're worth redemption? Saving the jobs of thousands is altruistic. It's a financial burden. It would be a... Perhaps I wanted to see if I could be convinced otherwise. It's easy to say, it's the right thing to do. But for me, Infinity Ltd is a huge financial... Your disdain is noted. And perhaps... Next question. What is your opinion on how Masako handled the... Expand on that. An excellent point. Why react and repair when you could... I appreciate the insight. I suppose I should ask... It's only dangerous to those who can't afford one. Hence the added motivation. I think we all know how averse I am to chaos. Finances are my forte, so our competition has yet to truly master neuroamps, but the possibility... This has been rather enlightening for me. I appreciate the time.
This meeting should prove... I assume Masako briefed you. That blasted... If it were up to me, I'd have shut down. I knew it was a grave security risk. You read my mind. Let's just hope. Plus, if we vote to acquire Infinity Ltd, we're about to add us. The last thing I want to deal with are any more incidents this new... I imagine we're looking at months of work. I only hope that Masako and... Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some preparations to make. We'll be announcing Ularu's termination of employment at this meeting, so I need...
Уволить на совещании прям. Блин, прям как в Скайриме на высоком Хродгаре.
All right, everyone. As you all know, we've successfully exposed Infinity Ltd's bot. The public is demanding their leadership, namely Lucas Drexler, face trial. Ryujin will be launching a statement, but I believe now is the perfect time to acquire...
Believe it or not, I agree. The acquisition has risks, and it's going to create a lot of work for all of us.
Legal ramifications are a certainty, but the benefits...
Arguments?
Infinity Ltd. could be the Pandora's... I simply cannot support an...
I think what we're all overlooking is what led us to... Yes, our security was compromised. But considering Dalton... In fact, I propose that Masako be removed...
Ularu, this isn't a line you want to cross.
And considering you're the mole, if anyone's going to be removed from power...
Hold up. Are you saying you lied to us?
Dalton, the last meeting we had, you distinctly said Imogene was the mole.
Do you even have any proof to back up?
Of course we do. The malicious code you hid on this slate to upload incriminating evidence against...
To put it bluntly, Ularu, you're fired. Security will hold you in your...
This isn't right. I should at least...
And allow you to still be marketable to a competitor? This may be news to me, and I will be reviewing the evidence closely, but...
Security. Escort Miss Chen to her office.
You'll regret this.
I believe the only regret would be trusting you to begin with.
All right, back to business.
Aye.
All against?
Nay.
Good. Alexis, start drawing up the necessary documentation. Anyone have anything else they'd like to bring up? The internal neuroamp is a key component of Ryujin industry. Why would we shelve it after we've finally perfected it?
But I must agree. We can't go through with production on technology like this and...
Very well. All in favor?
Aye.
All against?
Nay.
Vina, prep Project Dominion for storage. Any other matters to bring forth? None? This concludes our order of business for today.
At least if you're here, you're not screwing up out there.
Shelving the internal neuroamp, not the out... A fine point, but it still proves its use. The truth remains, Lucas Drexler learned a hard lesson. You've proven yourself to be quite... I suppose it is. Gratitude isn't... I truly appreciate the work you put into exposing Ularu. No operative has ever had to I can imagine it may have been a lot of pressure, considering you... Imogene's instincts were right about you. Now, as promised, I have your bonus. I hope... And I'm promoting you to senior operative. It's well deserved. With your new position, you now have an office with mission board access. The mission board holds your assignments, and you can pick and choose. Although, I may still have more specific assignments for you. You'll find your new office on the... You've already experienced the majority. These will be no different. Although Good. You may get started at any time, but You've put in a lot of hard work here recently. Just don't forget, you still have...
У меня где-то тут.
If you're waiting for an appointment, please have a seat.
Офис появился. А, это бывший кабинет этой, что ли? А нет, другой какой-то. Пушку какую-то мне тут повесили. Ну такой тут промышленный шпионаж. Может быть, теперь миссии по стрельбе, по взрывам, по долбежке, блин, в задницу наконец будут. Стоп, а почему ни один из них не найдет на меня? Плюс 5 критического урона. Вас на 25% сложнее обнаружить.
Hello.
Have any new books for me?
И, блять, книги, ты чё, угораешь?
I hope Core doesn't get too much underfoot.
Куда она исчезла?
Had a feeling things might go this way. The next time you go, take it easy.
What's happening, darling?
Стоп, а разве... А, нет, вот...
Handling those tricky decisions regarding Ryujin must have been difficult. Those types of corporations remind me why I... No, I suppose they aren't. That's why I'm happy you were around to step in and... After all, based on your recommendation, they've... Why wouldn't I be pleased about... Can you imagine if that technology had fallen into the wrong hands? The... Yes, quite. Well, I've...
Все это реально... Просто то, что она хотела мне сказать, не понял. Почему это не наряжается? Ну и Гал. Где...
Any troubles you need to share?
How can I be of service, Captain?
You will be scanned as you enter the city. Okay.
куда?
Registration accepted. You may now proceed through the historical displays in the orientation hall, or continue on to the examination.
Ну, типа познать историю галактики.
In 2150, humanity learned the Earth's magnetosphere would collapse sometime in the next half-century, eliminating all life on the planet. Decisive action was required, but the secure transport of an entire civilization would demand a new kind of cooperation, a new kind of courage, and a new kind of union. Thus, in 2159, the United Colonies were formed to make that journey possible. Just 1 year later, the Galileo, the first of many colony ships, touched down here on Jemison, beginning a new era of human history, the age of the United Colonies.
А? Мне, видимо, по вот этой полоске надо идти.
From their foundation, the United Colonies strove to provide all their citizens with opportunity, security, and peace. But there were those among the UC that still wanted something more. Independence. So in 2161, the UC issued the Centaurus Proclamation, granting UC citizens the right to settle distant worlds and form their own sovereign powers. It wasn't long before the first new faction, the Free Star Collective, was formally organized in 2188, later followed by House Varun, revealing themselves to the universe in 2230.
Дом Варун. Ну, Дом Варун как-то покруче выглядит, чем Freestar Collective. Ебать. Лучше слайды смотреть.
In 2240, House Varun forces declared all-out war on the rest of human civilization, initiating the Serpent's Crusade. Over the next 23 years, thousands of Freestar, UC, and independent souls were killed by agents of House Varun in the name of their serpent god. It was only with the death of their founder in 2263 and the succession of his heir Jarek that House Varun finally sued for peace. There remained, however, select members of House Varun who refused to recognize the cessation of hostilities their leaders established. Even after House Varun's mysterious disappearance, these zealots remain a threat to all who encounter them. Their pacification, the goal of all space. Of the many conflicts between the galaxy's factions, none was more brutal than the recent colony war between the UC and the Freestar Collective. Set off by the unauthorized Freestar colonization of Vesta's Pride in 2308, a direct violation of the Nerion Treaty, the colony war spread quickly across the galaxy. Both sides deployed every tool at their disposal. Armadas of warships, mechanized combat platforms, or mechs. Even bioengineered alien creatures. The infamous UC xeno-weapons. It was only in 2311 at the Battle of Cheyenne that the scales finally tipped. the Free Star Collective, utilizing their civilian fleet as a human shield, successfully crippled the superior United Colonies Navy. After their shocking victory against the galaxy's greatest navy, the Free Star Collective offered terms of peace, which the colonies, out of an interest in staving off any further human costs, accepted. The galaxy has been rebuilding ever since.
А начинать-то обязательно надо было это говно.
Few settled worlds were left untouched by the colony war. But nowhere could the viciousness of modern warfare be seen more clearly than on the Free Star planet of Nera. Initially occupied by invading United Colonies forces as a forward operating position, repeated attempts to take and retake the planet by collective forces led only to devastation. Swaths of the world were transformed into scorched husks, a nightmarish testament to the depths of human ingenuity and human cruelty. And today, Nera remains a continuing reminder to the horrors of unfettered war.
Вот в такого робота нельзя сесть где-нибудь.
I bring her here almost every day to stare at this thing.
Каждый
One of my
день.
slates said terramorphs can control people's minds. But that can't be true.
In the midst of the colony war, a different kind of tragedy struck the UC city of Londinian. A newly constructed but critical supply center for the United Colonies' war effort, Londinian found itself overrun by one of the galaxy's most mysterious predators, the terramorph. A rare but pervasive threat to all human-settled worlds, terramorphs swept over the city, seemingly out of nowhere, on a scale never before seen in recorded history. Valiant efforts by the UC military slowed the onslaught, but the creatures proved unstoppable. Ultimately, the decision was made to destroy the Londinian spaceport, sealing off the city, the outbreak, and its citizenry from the galaxy at large. The tragedy of Londinian is mourned by the UC to this day. After the devastation wrought by the colony war, the UC and the Free Star Collective came together to ratify a treaty that became known as the Armistice. Both sides agreed to a vast reduction in standing forces, and that xeno-weapons and mech warfare would be outlawed. All related research was sealed away, accessible only in cases of dire emergency. But the Collective had another demand, that the active commanders of the UC military stand trial for their actions. The United Colonies, in the interest of peace and galactic security, agreed. In 2311, 3 United Colonies senior officers were found guilty. Commander Henry Durant, General Indira Rastogi, and Fleet Admiral Francois Sanon, known better as Ve Victus. All were sentenced to death for their actions, bringing the colony war to a close and returning peace to the galaxy at long last.
Вот так вот сражались, а их еще и всучили потом. Вырождение Vanguard. Блин, крутой корабль, кстати. Интересно, я такой смогу построить?
It was into this new world that the Vanguard was born. An official branch of the UC Navy, the Vanguard is the United Colonies Volunteer Fleet, serving a myriad of security, logistical, and reconnaissance roles. And after a sufficient length of service, UC citizenship is guaranteed to every Vanguard member. Open to all captains, regardless of origin, the Vanguard is leading the charge to protect and support the citizens of the United Colonies, wherever in the galaxy they may be.
Здесь прикольная броня у него.
No one is born a United Colony citizen. Only through service to the UC can one hope to earn one's citizenship. But the UC prides itself on taking care of its people. Cost of living controls means citizens pay less than their foreign counterparts for needs big and small. All citizens are issued a grant upon joining to get themselves on their feet. And only UC citizens have the opportunity to purchase property, getting the chance to live in one of the most beautiful cities in the settled systems.
Ну, еще тут бы я не хотел бы жить.
Vanguard today, you too can begin earning your place here, in the heart of galactic civilization, as a citizen of the United Colonies.
Как будто бы не так сложно построить такой. Блин, почему они так круто выглядят?
Welcome, applicant, to the piloting simulation chamber. Please enter the designated simulation pod to initiate your exam. This is the Mark 18 flight simulation chamber, applicant. Currently in orbit around a high-detail recreation of a remote world. When you're ready to begin, please take a seat in the pilot's chair. Your exam is simple. Defeat as many tiers of opponents as you can before your ship is disabled. You must defeat at least 3 tiers of opponents to pass the exam. Good hunting, applicant.
New targets active.
stay and try your hand at the remaining tiers.
Ну, попробую остаться. Зажить.
Resuming the examination.
New targets active. All targets eliminated. Progress recorded. Tier 4 reached. Initiating Tier 5. New targets active.
Simulation. You have passed, applicant. You may proceed to the exit hatch to log your results, or restart the exam from the simulation's control terminal.
Shut down.
Congratulations, applicant. You've passed. You can head up to Commander Tuwala to receive your final results and your probationary assignment. Or you're welcome to take another run at the simulation if you'd like to try and earn a better score. We'll only keep you. Best run.
Командир стоит в вестибюле.
Well, look who's back. Everything go all right with the exam? Or did you have some... Ah, so these are your numbers that just came through then.
Sir, yes, sir.
I like the fire, applicant. So, looking at the data, checked out a few of the murals. Good. A test of preparation and thoroughness. Psychological results are all within expected level. Navy doesn't have room for folks that'll fall apart the first time they're trying to outrun a home. Now, how'd you do against your foe? Tier 4. Not too shabby. The texts make us test each level of the sim too. I can tell you that wave are some real artificial bastards. Good job putting them away. So then, looking at your results as a whole, and presuming you're successful in completing your probationary mission, 10 years service. Pretty standard for combat assignments. But your performance in the simulator does mean I can offer a signing bonus. So, sounds to me like we've got... If you're interested, we could bring you on as a provisional member today. Get you the credits you've earned, then send you out on your probation. First, though, all UC service people. So, you want to make this official?
Можем сделать это под столом.
You're not in the Freestar Collective here. Vanguard keeps its work above board. You want in? You have to do the same. Fantastic. Then just follow me.
Под столом. А, или типа, чтобы он не назначал меня. Просто вот здесь у падика. Ну, под столом как будто бы лучше. Хотя тут флаги, я так понимаю. Кого-то, чего-то.
Wouldn't be right doing this where we couldn't see the... Now, raise your... The motto of the Vanguard is Supra et Ultra, above and beyond. That is where we serve, beyond the furthest reaches of the United Colonies military. Do you swear to protect and defend the citizens of and to uphold the values of the Vanguard? Honor, loyalty, self-reliance.
Yeah.
Then let me be the first to officially welcome... Now, only thing left is getting... And what I've got is... comms repair. Group trying to refurb an old colony war process. Place is as isolated as they come. So Brass wants... So, can the people of Tau Ceti too... That's... Head down to the spaceport and talk to Crew Chief Harath. He'll get you the repair suite, plus your new... Oh, and your advance. Give it your
3000 кредитов. 11. Блять. Тут платят больше, чем в корпорации, где я жопу рвал. Ну, корабль новый мне не нужен, если что, мне и мой нравится. Хотя красивый вроде как.
Ah, you are new probationary then? Groot? It's my job to make sure all you rocket jockeys are ready for anything that... Now, Manifest says we're fitting you out with one... In addition to the standard issue welcome kit, all probationary. Med packs, some small arms, couple spare ship parts. All the essentials in case of any surprise. My people will have everything on your ship before you lift off. So, paying... Nice easy one for your first job. Just keep your head on swivel and you'll come. Any questions before you head out? Nothing too dangerous, if that's your concern. The repair suite's mostly just wiring and so. The welcome kit has some goodies in there I wouldn't leave sitting around when company comes. Then I won't keep. Make us look good out there, recruit.
Чё он мне дал-то? То есть обычно как бы есть метка, ну, на новые пушки. Тут что-то нету ничего. Может, он на корабль мне повесил это?
Touchdown imminent.
Стоп, это же не мой корабль. Ну их тут явно убивали. 16 тысяч.
got hit harder than I thought. Or you've got some incredible timing. Regardless, I think it knows you're here. I'll unlock the door. Second floor, main building. But be quiet.
So what do we got here? Too clean to be one of the settlers. Or a pirate. You see, I'm... Of course you are. My hero. At least you follow orders well. Maybe... I'm Hadrian. I came here on a rumor of a... What's left of the settlers? The work of Oxysio Machina. A terramorph. One of the nastiest aliens humanity's ever crossed paths with. And this one, well, it's something of... I managed to scope out a fair bit of the facility before it found me. Terramorphs have a unique growth cycle. They're usually only found on worlds that have been... But... Tao said he's too young to have one. I came looking for an explanation. Among apex predators, some can even dominate the minds of weaker species, keeping them as... They're I sure could. Because to confirm my suspicions about this creature, I'm gonna... But there is a way we can give ourselves an edge. The admin terminal's here in this building, but it needs its connection reset. And But if you can make it to the security outpost and restore the connection, I think I can get things back online. See if the settlers left us any of... Good. Once I see the connection reset, I'll get things... Take care of yourself out. And make sure you leave enough of that thing for us to get a sample.
Это же ей не понадобится.
System offline.
Блять, а чё закрыли-то?
Connection restored. I'll make this quick. Plant's turrets took a beating, but I should be able to get you a couple of kill lanes. Just get the thing to chase you down the alleys between the buildings, and you'll lead it right into a crossfire. Hello? Wish I'd found this earlier. You notice those sensors around the facility? Part of a livestock tracking system. Should let you keep tabs on how close the terramorph is.
25 000.
Not connected to this network. There should be a terminal in the adjoining room. Tune it to 183.5.
Еще раз надо сделать.
Tracker's reading green. What's that sound?
Security lockdown is active.
Shit. Stop. Stop whatever you're doing and get in cover. It's on the move. Look, I wouldn't engage directly if you could avoid it. The kill lanes. They're set up but need power. There's breakers on each of the buildings you can throw to get them live. Once they're online, lead the terramorph towards the lights and watch the fireworks. You can do this. Show it messed with the wrong shock trooper.
Additional power required.
Блять, это он?
Insufficient. Proceed to next power breaker. Weapon group activated. Stand clear.
Это аимчик. в зону.
Trekker's gone quiet. Wait. You did it, didn't you? I'm not too proud. Thank you for saving my ass. You didn't happen to grab me a tissue set? All right. I spotted a microscope.
Где она тут микроскоп-то увидела?
Older model. Let's see what you can do. Running basic diagnostics. No.
Космический скаутский усиленный городской орел.
This equipment, it's not set up to do a proper analysis of our sample. But this terramorph being here, of all places. Humanity's spread plenty of creatures in our travels across the stars. But terramorphs, they're different. To our knowledge, no one's ever spread them intentionally. Yet so when humans settle a world, 70 to 100 years later, terramorphs, Talseti though, it's too young to have a native population. But then the other option, that someone captured one of the deadly... It seems, which means we're either looking at a truly strange murder, or if terramorph outbreaks have taken down far bigger colonies than... Well, they're not exactly buying tickets, and the theory is that they're spread by some kind of egg or seed that's... But how the hell an undetectable egg turns into a terramorph without anyone? And it's why what's happened here could be real bad news for the rest of human civilization. You're right. We just need more information. Time was, I had access to one of the best repositories of terramorph research in the galaxy. Seems a natural place to start looking. But we also need to get this sample properly analyzed. Get confirmation. Luckily, I think I know. What would you say to delivering this? Yeah, I'd do it myself, but I need to call in some favors. See if I can't get... Plus, maybe just clear it with your boss, or commander, or... You can even show them this. My gene tag. Tell them Hadrian Sanan thinks there could be more... That's all I'm asking. I need Dr. Percival Walker to put together a sample analysis for this thing. Full workup. I'm not sure exactly where to find him, but last I heard he was contracting with the Trade Authority. There's a place called the Sixth Circle in Sidonia. Bar run by some old friend. And here, it's not exactly a bounty, but You certainly deserve them. Now please, go do what you have to do to get that sample in the right hands.
Что исследовано на 50%? Не знаю, что бы я тут мог еще поисследовать. Здесь прям какой-то парк юрского периода. Ну вот наконец-то лутать помойки. То, к чему я так стремился. Как 75%-то я не понимаю. Что еще я могу тут найти? Терраморф прямо здесь сдох. Ну тут я бегал, все лутал. Что исследовано.
Look who's back. All set with that probationary mission? We can do your debrief and formally welcome you. A terror? What? How did you walk away with the terramorph tissue sample running comms repairs? It's... what? That's a hell of a probationary mission. Above and beyond doesn't really begin to describe it now, does it? But, if none of the settlers made it... Hadrian. Sanan. Let me check the database. A lot of this data's... Here we go. Service record. Wow. Co-head of a UC Xenoweapons division. Faced tribunal at the end of the Colony War. And was dismissed from duty. Guess that's why I'd heard the name before. If she's former Xeno warfare, though, well, we can at least be sure she knows her ale.
Что такое ксеноворфер?
To the Colony War, the UC find the deadliest, most terrifying aliens in the galaxy. And never saw any of the deployments myself, but the program was clearly enough of a success that when the war came to an end, at which point, I presume, this tribunal decided to... Certainly seems that way. Did your survivor, Hadrian, did she mention why she thinks the samples... She thinks there could be... Well, this is one of the more surprising debriefs I've ever been a part of. But if Hadrian Sanan thinks this sample needs to get to Mars, then we're gonna make sure it gets to Mars. I'll take care of the clearances and ensure you get your... Consider these your first official orders. And here, so everyone knows you're working with the Vanguard. Vanguard's also got some custom ship modifications. You'll be cleared for access to them next time you're down at the spaceport. Now, if there wasn't anything else, I suggest you move out.
Предлагаю вам съехать. Сильный скафандр, калиброванный пилот, усиленный космический шлем авангарда. Бег с перегрузкой. Красивый. А, ну это, кстати, тот, который я и хотел как раз. Блин, да нужны магазины, чтобы подсвечивались хоть как-то.
There's a bit more in the back. Hope you're finding everything. Oh, please, take...
Что? Ус в рукаве? Это я продал наверняка. У нее 5000. Стоп, а на двойку... А, он, наверное, краденый, поэтому тут не показывается. Вот я зарядил ей 31 тысячу.
Thanks for coming in.
Стоп,
Oh, please, take a look.
Вообще много того, чего я ищу.
Thanks for shopping at Jemison Mercantile.
I'm here for you, my love.
Hey, it's my personal savior. Thanks again for the assist.
Мне для начала нужна исследовательская лаборатория. О, все-таки сработало.
Your ship smells so much better than Dad's? Like, a lot.
I'm up for a little adventure.
У меня 0 клея.
You know, the way you handle things, not bad. Not bad.
Ну, вообще мне не надо. Мне надо базовый прицел. Ну, с этой пушкой я всему доволен. То есть его можно апнуть еще на взрывные патроны, взрываются вниз. Еще тут можно высокую мощность поставить. Тяжелый ствол. Вот гнездо шершня, мне кажется, сюда если воткнуть. Их ну вообще уже скоро закругляться. Стартовая площадка не исследована.
You looking for anything in particular?
Invoices can be collected from the... Oh. Not here for...
Do you now? Well, I do wish I could help.
A shame, too. We had such high hopes for Percival. Not the sort of work the Trade Authority traditionally does. But we thought it had the potential. I invested no small amount. But then he decided... I presume the miners have him hidden somewhere. But at this point, it's... That's correct. We're no longer in... He did leave his post, however, with a sizable debt to his name. If you were to find him... Why? I don't recall the exact figure off the top of my head, but with... So if you were able to find him and convince him to clear his...
Wonderful.
I suggest paying a visit to the Sixth Circle. What I suppose is technically... If anyone knows where Percival is, the miscreants there would. But I would urge...
Сколько у меня вообще? 350 тысяч. Блин, я мог спрыгнуть просто оттуда сюда.
Broken spear's upstairs. Go drown yourself there. This bar's for devil's vet. The hell you just say to me? I gotta...
Andy, sit down. You. Don't appreciate some stray wandering into my bar? Even the ones I should have cut off 2 drinks ago. Now spit out what you want.
Doc Walker? You're barking up the wrong...
Hey, enough. And you, let's talk. Not every day a stray topsider wanders into my bar claiming they know people. That's so. Now for that, all right. Maybe she did send you. Or maybe you just know where to... But look, even if I decided I was going to help you get in contact with Dr. Walker, Percival made himself scarce. His debt to the Trade Authority. But if someone resolved that debt, well, Percival wouldn't have to hide. Can bet that person would make a friend out of Percival, and the rest of us devils. Red Devils were the meanest Marine unit they used. Couldn't get in if you hadn't done at least one stint as a Martian dust. Made us tough. It's why they chose us as the handlers for the UC xeno-weapons. No other unit could handle that pressure. Percival, though, he wasn't a grunt like all of us. Science officer. Me? But it was those monsters that did us in. When the colony war ended and the armistice came down, Red Devils included. Now... Me? Nah. Infantry officer. But my grunts deployed. Monsters from the darkest corners of the Black, rampaging across them. Armistice hurt us more than most, but... Well... Most straightforward way to take care of this debt would be to just saunter up to the Authority and pay him direct. Of course, rumor is the Trade Authority keeps all their records. If someone was to break in there and adjust Percival's debt terms... But, one friend of Hadrian's to another, Sidonia's full of old utility spaces. Say, with an entrance behind the bar at the Broken Spear. And I look forward to...
Hey, you may be Hadrian's friend. Come here.
Ладно. Как только закончились задания Рюджин, так интересно сразу стало, так играть охота.